Good morning. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. It's going to be a spectacular day. Set an intention that today is going to be easy flowing and wonderful. It's going to be a lovely day, and you're going to think lovely thoughts as long as possible. Everything that you need to have a wonderful day, you attract to yourself through feeling in that vibration energy. In the book and the movie, The Secret, they talk about how to use the secret. They don't really talk that much about what the secret is, but it really is the vibrational, energetic thoughts that you're sending out into the universe, the actions that you're taking, and how you're feeling set up your results, your outcome, the effects that are showing up in your life. Bob Doyle said the law of attraction, the study and practice of the law of attraction is just figuring out what will help you generate the feelings of having it now. Go test drive the car that you want. Go shop for that home that you would love. Bob Proctor told his partner Sandy Gallagher, when she decided that she would love to live in this beautiful house on Whidbey Island, he said, "So go buy it." And she said, "It's way beyond my budget. It would be ridiculous to pay that kind of money for a house." And he said, "Do you want it?" She said, "Yes, I really like that house." And he said, "Well, go." It was for sale at the time. He said, "Go live in the house." "What do you mean?" He said, "Well, go through it and see in your mind how you would be acting, how you would be actually living in that house." And she did that. She talked to the real estate agent and she asked if she could spend time with the house. They thought maybe she was a little bit crazy, but okay, lady. They let her wander through the house alone, and in her clothes, she actually got into the bathtub and sat there and imagined what it would be like to have a bubble bath there. And she sat in the bedroom and looked out the window and imagined what it would be like to wake up in that house every single morning. She was in the kitchen and imagining what it would be like to have her family all around the table, and she's preparing a Christmas dinner. Bob Proctor said, "Okay, well, you decide what you really want. Spend some time every single day visualizing it, getting into the feeling of what it would be like, pretending that it's already your house, your space, and draw a picture of it. When you use pen and paper to write, you're actually creating a picture with words of what you want. Go in the house, look around, look out the windows. Imagine having Christmas there with your family. Imagine where you would place your furniture, the color of the walls. Is it the perfect house? And then make the decision and you'll find the money. When you feel as though you have it now, the feeling can be so real. It's like you have it already. You believe that you have received it, and you will receive. Ask for what you want. Let's do that right now. If you're got a pen and paper handy or easy access to a pen and paper, write down what you want. Pick something that maybe is so outlandish and bizarre that your family would say you're nuts. Something that you personally want. Doesn't matter if anybody else wants it. What do you really want? Imagine if you were walking into the front door of that home, whether it's by yourself or with a family. What do you see when you open the door? If it's a vacation, write down where it is and what kind of adventures you would take. And what's the weather like? Would you be swimming? Would you be fishing? Would you be golfing? Would you be climbing mountains? Would you be laying on a beach? Now, all of that is great for a few hours or a few days, but after a while it can get boring. So, what really excites you? Is it leaving a legacy? Creating a bursary, an endowment? Looking after people so that they're not a burden on society? Looking after someone who wants to go to university and can't afford it? Maybe it's providing a solution for homeless people, or making sure that everyone has an education. If you want to start a business, what would that do for you? What would that do for your family? How would you be serving your clients? And why does it matter to you? Get into that feeling then. I'm going to give you a couple minutes to just write. What is it that you would really love? And don't worry about how long it's going to take, how much it costs, how you're going to do it. Action will sometimes be required, but if you're really doing it in line with what the universe is trying to bring you, it's going to feel joyous. You're going to feel so alive. It's like time just stops. You could do it all day long. If you could do something all day long that you really enjoy, what kind of work would that be? You wouldn't even call it work because you love it so much. Maybe it's a hobby that you can earn money at. You don't know. You don't want to limit the universe. So just take a pen and paper and write down, what do you really want? That's what Bob Proctor asked all the time. What do you really want? Take a deep breath in and write down something, anything that you really want. And I'll be right back. Good morning again, and thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. Did you write something down? Do you have a big, beautiful, audacious goal that gets you excited, lights a fire inside of you, makes you feel like if you did that, you would be so happy? If you believe having your goal attained will make you happy, the most important thing to do is get into that feeling of what it's like to have it, to own it, to do it, to be it. How happy would you be? How content and wealthy and happy and feeling like you have the world at your disposal. All you require is you. Michael Bernard Beckwith said, you can start with nothing, and out of nothing and out of no way, a way will be made. That's how it works. Everything in the universe, everything was created twice, first in your mind and then in physical reality. The home you live in now was once just an idea. The vehicle that you're driving, someone thought of that and made it happen. Don't say that you can't have your goal because you don't know how. It's too big. It's going to take too long. All you require is you and your ability to think things into being. Everything that has ever been invented and created throughout the history of mankind began with a thought. And from that one thought, a way was made, and it manifested from the invisible into the visible. You are a spiritual being. You have been gifted with an intellect. You have hands. You have a body that you are using in this lifetime. You can walk and talk. Mankind used to believe that we couldn't fly. Well, you can't physically fly like a bird at this time, but you can get on an airplane and fly for several hours to the other side of the world. If the Wright brothers hadn't had that thought, we'd still be walking, riding bicycles, any kind of conveyance like trains or automobiles that are on the ground. Flight was at one time impossible until someone decided to make it happen. You don't have to see the path. In fact, you won't know how to get there. You just have to decide what you want and be so in love with that you get ideas and you take action on them. Jack Canfield said, think of a car driving through the night. The headlights only go 100 to 200 feet forward, and you can make it all the way from California to New York driving through the dark because all you have to see is the next 200 feet. And that's how life tends to unfold for us. If we just trust that the next 200 feet will unfold after that, and the next 200 feet will unfold after that, your life will keep unfolding, and it will eventually get you to the destination of whatever it is that you truly want because you want it. Trust the universe. Trust and believe and have faith. Rhonda Byrne had no idea how she was going to bring the knowledge of The Secret onto the movie screen. She just held on to the outcome of her vision. She saw the outcome clearly in her mind, and she felt it with all her might. And everything that was needed to create the movie The Secret showed up. I remember Bob Proctor telling the story of doing a seminar in Salt Lake City, and he'd only ever been there one time. And he was in Salt Lake City at the time the movie The Secret was being made. He had got a phone call and he couldn't understand it, and he asked his secretary Gina to figure out what this was all about. And she said, they're filming a movie, and it was right across the street from where he was speaking. One day he just walked over there, did his part, and carried on. Everything that you require shows up at the right place at the right time. When you trust, when you have a vision for what you want, when you make the decision that that's what you want, that's what you're going after, that's what you truly desire. And then if you desire something, not spending any time worrying about how it's going to happen or if it's going to happen, or feeling bad because it hasn't happened yet. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, take the first step in faith. You don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step. The first step is to ask. Get clear on what you want. If it's having a beautiful, strong, fit, active, slim body, don't look at yourself and call yourself fat. Don't talk about having to lose 50 pounds. Don't talk about feeling bad. Have a picture in your mind of what you will look like when you have become that perfect weight. Some people cut out pictures of a person with the perfect weight, and they cut out a picture of their head and put it on that body. You can get pictures all over the internet, catalogs, magazines, Pinterest, Canva, wherever you want. You can create a vision board, or even just put something on your phone. Every time you open up your phone, a picture of you at your ideal weight is right on the front. And you must believe that you will receive, and that that perfect weight is already yours. You must imagine, pretend, act as if, make believe that the perfect weight is yours. You must see yourself as receiving that perfect weight. Write out your perfect weight. If you're a person who checks a scale all the time, you might put a sticky note over the readout of your scale at what the perfect weight is, or don't weigh yourself at all. Don't contradict what you've asked for with your thoughts, words, and actions. Maybe for a while you don't buy any clothes that fit you at your current weight. You have faith and focus on the clothes that you're going to buy. Attracting the perfect weight is the same as placing an order with the catalog of the universe. You look through the catalog, you choose a perfect weight, you place your order, and then it's delivered to you. Make it your intention to look for, admire, and inwardly praise people with your idea of a perfect weight body. As if that's what your perfect weight is. Don't focus on people that are overweight. Immediately switch your mind to the picture of you in your perfect body and feel it. Doug Dane was one of my mentors and instructors in the Proctor Gallagher Institute, and he was wanting to lose weight, and he said, you don't lose weight, you release it, because we tend to look for and find whatever we lose. And most people go on diets and they end up being yo-yo diets. and you lose weight and you gain back even more. So we don't want to think that way. We don't want to visualize that. We don't want to bring it into our experience. So he just started to visualize. And he would drive past the gym every day, but he never went in. He just thought about it for a while. And he kept focusing on how his suits would fit better, how he would feel, how he would have more energy, what he would look like. And every Friday night, he used to go to his favorite restaurant and order a steak frites, steak and French fries, and a glass of wine. And one day he went, and the waiter asked if he wanted his usual, and he said, "No, I'll have a quinoa salad." He started laughing and said, "I didn't even know what a quinoa salad was, but I was focused on perfect weight, health, vitality, what I wanted, and decided to have a salad and a glass of water." And then he started going to the gym and working out, and the weight just dropped off. He gained muscle and lost the flab, and he felt wonderful. But it didn't happen overnight. He believed, he saw pictures, he imagined what it would feel like. And that's the third step, receiving. You must feel good. You must feel good about you. This is so important. You cannot attract your perfect weight if you feel bad about your body now. If you feel bad about your body, that's a powerful feeling, and you will continue to attract feeling bad about your body. You'll never change your body if you're critical of it, if you find fault with it, if mentally you're beating yourself up and calling yourself names. You will actually attract more weight to you. Rhonda Byrne says, praise and bless every square inch of your body. Think about all the perfect things about you. As you think perfect thoughts, as you feel good about you, you are on the frequency of your perfect weight, and you are summoning perfection. Dr. Joe Vitale was also in the movie The Secret. And he says, and people wonder, how long is this going to take to manifest the car, the relationship, the money? How long is it going to take to manifest your ideal weight, whether you're losing weight or gaining weight? Some people end up having to put on weight because they're too thin. Dr. Vitale says, I don't have any rule book that says it's going to take 30 minutes or 3 days or 30 days. It's more a matter of you being in alignment with the universe itself. Time is just an illusion. Einstein told us that. If this is the first time you've heard it, you might find it to be a hard concept to get your head around, because you see everything happening linear, one thing after another. What quantum physicists and Einstein tell us is that everything is happening simultaneously. If you can understand that there is no time and accept that concept, then you will see that whatever you want in the future already exists. It already exists in your mind. If everything is happening at the one time, then the parallel version of you with what you want already exists. You are the same person that you were as a baby, as an infant, as a toddler, as a teenager, as a young adult, and who you are now and who you will become. You're just a different version of you. You can mold and sculpt and change the version as you think and feel and act. It takes no time at all for the universe to manifest what you want. Rhonda Byrne suggests that any time delay you experience is due to your delay in getting in the place of believing, knowing, and feeling that you already have it. It is you getting yourself on the frequency of what you want. When you are on that frequency, then what you want will appear. There's no time for the universe. There's no size for the universe. It's as easy to manifest $1 as it is to manifest $1 million. It's the same process. The only reason why one may come faster and the other may take longer is because you thought that $1 million was a lot of money and that $1 wasn't very much. Some people have an easier time manifesting little things, and so we sometimes say, start with something small. Manifest a cup of coffee today, or a parking spot in front of the doctor's office or where you work. Make it your intention to attract a cup of coffee today. Starting with something small is an easy way to experience the law of attraction with your own eyes. You can create a picture of a feather in your mind and decide that it's going to be something unique. Maybe not immediately, but you'll see that feather, whether it's on a sidewalk, at your toes, on a bird, or in a painting of a bird. The universe does everything effortlessly. It's all about what's going on in your mind. It's about what we put in place, saying, this is big, it's going to take a long time, or this is small, I'll give it an hour. We define those rules for ourselves. There are no rules according to the universe. There's a law. Ask, believe that it's yours, and receive it. You must provide the feeling of having it now, and the universe will respond, whatever it is. The perfect weight, an amount of money, an ideal partner. Decide what it is and create the feeling that you would have once it's manifested into form. Create a wonderful day. Decide what you want. Set an intention. Choose something and go after it. When you really fall in love with an idea, when you set a target goal, when you believe that it's possible, you start to take action. You work towards it. And as you work towards that beautiful goal, it moves toward you. Create a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. I'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. It's Canada Day, July 1st. I'll be here. Thank you for joining me.